Hello everyone, welcome to Scorpion Inkworks. I was going to show you how to do squares or blocks, cylinders and stuff, and I realized that a lot of people don't really want to draw those things. I know, because the idea of sitting in an art class and drawing fruit bowls and drawing your hand is kind of boring, because people usually, when they want to learn how to draw, they just want to learn to draw the things they like. But I also wanted people to realize too that when you go outside and you look at the world, or you see the things that you like and the things you want to draw, whether it's cars or horses, flowers, aliens, anything, guns, these things are all made up of circles, squares, triangles, and cylinders. So I have been seeing some YouTube videos out there on how to draw those things, and I guess it helps to learn how to draw those things already. I mean, yeah, you can draw a circle and you can add shade to it and make it a sphere. That doesn't make it what you want to draw. So when I was younger, really young, I think the first thing I started drawing was cars, and I'm going to show you how I drew those. Actually kind of funny, because like I said, I was like maybe 6 years old or 7. So and what I did was, I don't even know where I got to. I think I saw somebody else doing it, and so that's what I did. But I'd take and I drew a bit of a triangle, like so. When I was that age, not because I like to sit around and draw triangles, but I was building a car. And let's see if I can focus this sucker again. And what I would do with that was I would take here in the front, and I'd draw a half a circle and a half a circle back here in the back. I probably didn't use an eraser at that time, but you go ahead and finish up your circle. And that's the wheels. I probably added like a little windshield, and as you can see, that would be the corner of a square or another triangle. And here in the front, I drew a little thing, kind of like the motor sticking out. And I'd have my little black marks, or maybe I'd make smoke coming off the back. But that's just, basic design. With something like this, you could change it, knock off your point. And this video don't really have a direction as far as shapes and things. Knock off these points. I just kind of want to show you when you take your shape, you can change it. Maybe you make it a flatter roof, or you can even add a little curve. You could add curves and just knock off the edges to all this. You could round the front off to a circle. Add a line down through here. Or 2. And create yourself a door for your vehicle. just a circle inside of a circle for the wheels. I'll just darken that in. I know it's nothing that looks great or anything, but you kind of start from somewhere. So whenever you go outside and you look at the world, I want you to realize that everything started, or all the images you're looking at, you're going to start with a circle, a square, triangle, or a cylinder. One of the things in art class, I know I said I learned to draw myself, but there was a class that they took us to. I don't know why, because it's the only class in that school I went to that had anything at all to do with art. I don't know why they didn't return, or why we didn't go back to that class, but they were showing us how to do that cross etching or cross stitching, whatever you want to call it. And they showed two images. One was, we'll make two lines upward. They don't have to be straight. Just kind of make them parallel. Keep them about the same distance from each other. Don't have to be great. As you can see there. I'm going to zoom in a little more. I know this helps. You know, the camera loves when I zoom in that much. It's great for autofocus. Or no. But you know, and from the edges here you can come outward a little bit. It don't matter. Just make you some lines. What this is the beginning of a cylinder. You could, you know, you could even flatten the edges here and just call it a rectangle. But we're not going to do that. We'll take those edges back off. What I want you to try, and practice this a few times, is instead of going straight across, give it a slight oval type shape, like part of an egg, from the top here over to the other top, or from one edge to the other, and come underneath it like you were making an eye, like so. And, you know, work with your pencil, try to get a look that's similar to that. What that is you can bring a line from here straight across, and you make little X's about evenly spaced on your line. Not exactly on the line, but anyway, what they showed us with that, this is kind of like a fence post, with the cross hatching, or I kind of do my form of shading, which is to go like that. I'm not entirely. Let me zoom in a little more. That's not working at all. One moment. One second as I try to adjust this. Well, it looks like I have to deal with my auto adjust. And I hope it doesn't get too blurry. back to the shading part. Basically, you're coming from this edge and doing the light strokes, hard from one side, going light and lifting away from the paper to the other side at an angle. And I'm going to turn my paper and go in the opposite direction and do the same thing down toward this corner, but along the edge of this line. Well, you don't want to get these too close. You know, you can extend some of these if you want. And go back. I'm going to go back the other way too and extend a few of those. And as you can see, the cross hatching or stitching, whatever the heck they call it, it creates a shadowy effect. I'm gonna just darken in this area back here so it's there isn't any light touching that. Also, you can make slight curve marks up here in the top if you like. It'd probably help if I drew this bigger, but I'm gonna put a little mark right here, a little mark right there to pretend that my fencing is nailed into the post, and you can come down here and make another one if you like. Yeah, how's that for even spacing? Not at all. Go ahead and make a mark there and there again. And in a way it does look fence posty. I don't normally do these lines down here. You can if you want to start out with. I try to put something like grass. I mean, some people would take and make a line across the bottom, but I don't like that. I like where my fence post meets to, if you want, make some little elongated triangles. Little pointy pieces. As a matter of fact, a good idea is just to kind of do the shading technique, but only in little places. Make it smaller as it goes away. So in that sense, you can kind of see what would be grass or weeds growing up along the bottom of your fence post. It does take a little practice. This ain't like a really great picture or anything, but it's one form of a cylinder. Also, the other image they did was like a bottle. You know the shape of a bottle. I can sketch it out real quick. Let me zoom you back in again. Sketch it out real quick. It's roughly a rectangle. And these aren't great lines. I'm just kind of showing you how to do it rather quickly. Get your edges in there. And you can make a triangle top. I know. Doesn't look like a bottle at all. Looks like some messed up house or gnome. But you straighten your edges out. This bottom edge down here, instead of making it, instead of having it straight across, you want to kind of give it a slight round area. It kind of turns your square into, or your rectangle into a cylinder. from here, you could do even lines up this way, so spaced apart, and what that represents, or will represent, is your bottleneck. Go ahead and top that off. I'm going to erase these triangular lines on the edges. What you want to do is kind of create a line here between these two, and you're going to take them and try to get the shape of the bottle that you like. The neck coming, or the bottle body coming up to the, I guess you'd call that the neck of the bottle. And you can slightly come down with a little line. And I guess it helps if you could see better. Okay. A small line, and you'll see it better when you do it with a small pencil. Go up above the straight line that would be on the top and slightly below, and you're creating a rounded space. You go ahead and erase the center here. And it could be a bottle of anything. You know, tighten up your lines, erase them, make them darker, whatever. You could even stick half, say, making slightly curved marks that follows the shape of the bottom of the bottle. And up through here, and this is kind of a label for your bottle. And it could be a bottle of beer or ketchup. You know it don't look like either one of those. But I'm sure you have a bottle in your house you could practice with. And from here you could do that cross hatching. Which does add a really cool effect to, I guess, some of the cylinder type objects you're drawing. I know this isn't really greatly drawn. Let's see, where are we? Back down and do it in the opposite direction. Apparently the camera is not my friend. We darken up these lines along the edge. I don't know, and the bottle itself looks rough. But, you know, use your eraser and your pencil itself and straighten out your lines. You could even do a little lip to the edge of your bottle right there. If you wanted. I'm sure there's going to be like negative comments on this whole thing, but I ain't trying to draw anything perfect here. I'm trying to help people learn how to draw, and then this is the basic stuff to learning to do that. If I wanted it perfect, I'm sure I'd just sit and draw it for long periods of time, and you know, maybe use some rulers and things of that nature. But I'd take I'm not really fond of cross hatching, but some people can use that to their advantage. I would just take it and smudge it to make it look better for me. And you can take it, you don't have to leave your cross hatching a little like that. You can take it halfway across the bottle or most of the way if you like. Just, you know, practice it a few times. Now erase this. And darken in my label. And you could even add shadow, being as how it's over here. This ain't a shadow that looks like the bottle or anything. It's just a shadow, but it kind of gives it a dimension. And you know, take what you learned from drawing the circle, or for those of you who watch videos from other people. Drawing rectangles and blocks, and give it some 3 dimension. You could add things to this. You could create that table line down here, you know, as if it were sitting on a table, and you could add your bowl of fruit with your circular fruit in there, what have you, and just make it an image that, you know, 3-dimensional table full of fruit and bottles and candles and things, just cylinders and circles and blocks. I would even take some of this up the neck of the bottle. But no, it's not a really great image, but like I said, draw something you want to draw. And if, you know, because I know people are tired of beginning drawing circles and cylinders and blocks, but those are the basics, and it kind of shows you the foundation of drawing the things that you would like to draw. When I was young, like I said, I drew that, what was it? Little triangular car. And from there, I moved on to Grim Reapers and Unicorns and Pegasus. Just because they were shapes, and they all didn't all come out really great in the beginning, but the more you draw them, the better you can. Shading helps a lot of things. You could just draw a simple image of something and try to get better at it, make it look better, and then add your shading to enhance that image a lot better. Thank you for watching.